Hey, it's Chris here. Just giving you guys a quick weekly update on the Canaries. We've had, fairly calm week. Did make some changes in the bird room as far as the Canaries go, and so if we look up here with our Red Factor Staffords, I took out their nest. So she had laid 4 more eggs, 2 were fertile, and this last week I found the male and the female kind of breathing heavy, and they stopped. Well, actually, the chicks, she sat on them until they should have hatched out, and they didn't hatch out again. And so I pulled their nest. This pair is done breeding for the year, and so I was only able to get 2 chicks out of them from the first round. And so since they were breathing heavy, I have started to treat them for mites. It's one of the things. You kind of see the male's beaks open right there, and so that's one thing. And canaries are really susceptible to mites. You can have the cleanest bird room in the world, and you'll probably still have, at one point or another, your birds get mites. And so it's really important to have medication on hand so you can start treating them. So they have been treated, and as well as these guys have been treated, I have started to treat the rest of my entire bird shed. Just because typically if one pair has it, the other birds are pretty likely to get mites too. So I've just treated everyone as a preventative measure, so that we don't have a breakout and we can get rid of the issue quickly. And so I do use scat for my birds. You apply that directly onto the bird. You can do it onto their neck or onto their thigh. I also have S76 on hand. It's where you can put it in their water. And I also have, it's called Iverlux. That's also a medication you can put in the water. And so scat is a one treatment, and then the 76 and the Iverlux is multiple treatments throughout the week for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your medication. So that's what I'm using to treat the birds. And so chicks here are doing good. As you can see, they're starting to get the red coloring. If you can look on the thigh, the one that just dropped down, see if it'll turn around for us. You can get maybe a little bit of red coming in, so that's good. Down here we have our other 2 chicks from our Lipperchrome pair. They're starting to get their red in. You can kind of see patches of red and orange throughout their bodies and their heads, so interested to see how they turn out. They're doing really good. So I am color feeding these guys in their water. This one here kind of had a similar issue. She only laid 2 eggs actually, and I found her kind of breathing heavy in the nest and wasn't really interested in sitting. Just kind of seemed a little bit tired, and so I pulled the male out, and I pulled her nest as well. And so she's done for the year, and she's also getting treated for mites. And so it's something that happens, but I think the health of the birds are more important than getting babies. And so if I can keep my birds healthy until next year, we should have a better year of breeding. And so these 2 pairs here were pairs that I had gotten from a different breeder this year. And so I'm hoping that I can kind of condition them how I condition the rest of my birds, and we can have a little bit better success next year as far as the breeding season goes. So down here we have our Red Factor pair. They're doing great. There's the dad at the nest. The mom just hopped up. Their 3 chicks are doing really well. You can see them right there. They're jumping around, harassing the parents for food. They're really healthy and strong. The mom has laid again. She laid 3 eggs. She actually laid 4 eggs, but one of them ended up on the cage floor and had broken. So I don't know if that's from the babies or what. But so has started sitting. She's a pretty good sitter. She's a little skittish when I come in. So usually when I walk in, she'll jump off the nest, but she usually sits great when no one's in there bothering her. So these guys are doing really well. So excited to let these babies molt out and kind of see what what tone of color we get, you know, if we get a light orange like the mom or a dark orange like the dad, like that. And so it'll be really cool. So down here have our red Mosaic leprechaun pair, just a hen really, because I had taken the male out. She's got the 4 chicks in the nest, and they're doing great. They're starting to get their feathers on. She's a great mom, and she's keeping them nice and fed. I just gave them their egg food, so the crops aren't too full yet. She's waiting for me to leave to feed them, but she's doing a really good job. There's the hen there. She is a hen, so this is her 2nd year breeding for me, and so to get 4 chicks first round, you know, you can't ask for better than that. So she's doing great. She's keeping them fed. She's doing a good job by herself, and you know, that's when breeding birds gets exciting and fun, is when you can have success like this with these guys. So if we move up here to our other pairs, this hen, she's sitting on 3 eggs. All 3 are fertile, so we'll hope for the best here and hope that she can hatch these out. They still got about probably 6 days before they hatch, so I am going to add some food, water dishes in here for her to bathe in a couple times a day, just to kind of help the humidity. We have been getting storms this last week. You know, it is winter here, so hopefully that'll help. But here, so this hen, she actually laid an egg the day before I put the male in there with her, and so I threw the male in, hoping that I could catch some of the eggs and fertilize them. She did lay 3 eggs. I candled them today, and none of them were fertile. And so, but I did take, so the 2 eggs that this hen had laid, I took those 2 eggs, and then down here, this hen had laid 2 eggs and had stopped, and I took those 2 eggs, and I threw them up here. So we'll see if those are fertile and see if she continues to sit on them. And so hopefully, you know, maybe those eggs are fertile and we can get a few chicks out of them, and then next round I'll let her and this male go at it again. And you know, and he's the male that was with her, so I know he's fertile. There's no issues there. I just think I put him in too late, and that's why the eggs aren't fertile, or weren't fertile. And so down here, so I did take this male that was up top here with her, and I put him down here with this hen. So this is this hen's 1st year. So we'll see how this goes. You know, I'm hoping for the best. She has been playing with the nesting material. She's been liking the male when he sings, you know, interested in him and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get a good round from them. We'll see what happens, and you know, get some beautiful babies down here. And so this pair here, there's their 1 chick, has fledged, just kind of walking around there on the bottom. The hen has started building again. She did lay 2 eggs, and then she kind of rebuilt her nest and covered up the eggs, so that's why I pulled them and put in the nest. And so we'll see if those are fertile or not. I gave her some more nesting material and stuff like that, kind of changed her nest location a little bit. Hopefully that'll kind of stimulate her to rebuild properly and to lay again. And so she's really interested in the nest, and so I think we'll be okay. I think she'll build here in these next couple days. We'll get some eggs out of her and she can lay. And so baby's pretty cute. Just sits there and chills, and the parents come and feed him. So but yeah, so those are the canaries right now. So hopefully within this next week, when I show you guys the video, her eggs will have hatched, and we'll see if these ones are fertile, and hopefully she's started to lay again. Look at her, she's already putting nesting material in there, trying to build it up. And you know, hopefully these guys will be feathered enough that we can show you that the mom's feeding them. We'll see if, we'll be quiet here for a second, see if she'll feed them. Nope, she won't. She saw us and she's like, I don't think so. So there you guys go. If you guys have any comments or anything you'd like me to cover or talk about, I'd be more than happy to. So please let me know, share the videos, and I'll see you guys next week.